Hello and welcome to the trade setup. In this video we are looking at HIMS and HERS health. It is time for an update, and I actually decided to start from a clean chart to have a more consolidated count rather than multiple counts that could split, or a count that could split into multiple counts, and have a more clear view on the scenario that we are tracking here to the upside. Now, to be clear, I am tracking a leading diagonal movement to the upside, and that would still end up being a 5-wave move, but this would be in the best case scenario. It could still turn out to be just an ABC structure. I'm not excluding that, but it is not what I am mainly tracking. And yeah, within this leading diagonal, I am expecting an ABC structure to develop within each of the subwaves of this entire movement, this larger wave 1 that we would end up tracking. And yeah, so far we have an ABC structure within the wave 1, we have an ABC structure within the wave 2, and now we are looking for this third wave to the upside to develop a similar structure. And so far I have a couple of counts that could work out. Now, depending on where the A wave ends, I could say that this could be the A wave complete, and within the wave C I would be looking here at a wave 1, a wave 2, a third wave up, a fourth wave down, and then a fifth wave to the upside. This could work out just fine, and this is one of the interpretations that we were previously tracking. But then within this last push in this wave 5, we would afterwards expect a pretty significant correction within a wave 4. Now, that is a very realistic possibility, and it is something we need to keep track of, but we also need to be open to the idea that maybe the A wave actually topped here, then this is the wave B, and now within the C wave we have a wave 1 up here, a wave 2 down, a third wave up to still be developing, and then a fourth wave down, and a fifth wave to push this wave 3 even much higher. Now, for this to actually work out, we do need a pretty strong movement within this area, where yeah, if we have a fifth wave developing here, an ABC structure, something like this developing with a pretty short push to the upside could be sufficient. But if we have here a wave 3, we would need quite a strong movement to the upside to make this count work, where I would expect an ideal target at the $245 level, and that would be the 138.2% extension, which is why I am open to it, but quite skeptical, especially since it seems we have an initial wave A to the upside here. I am looking here for a wave B and then a C wave to the upside. And yeah, in either case, we are tracking this C wave, this wave C, either that started either here or here, to be an ending diagonal. And yeah, we can even go ahead and add a count here. Now, I will probably focus for now on the idea that we are within the fifth wave of the wave C. That means that we are still looking for higher, but it is a high risk that within the next movement to the upside, where we form our new all-time high, there is a very significant risk that we may be in a topping area, and that afterwards we may see a more significant correction within a wave 4. Now, for this idea to work out, we still need to hold the support zone for a wave 4, and in the case of a diagonal structure, we are looking for support all the way down to the 61.8% retracement. We did reach that, we did even push a little below it. Now, that is perfectly fine, not really a big push, not a very significant and consistent break. We did find and also have this structural support in this area, and I am perfectly fine with tracking direct continuation to the upside from here. But if we see another low, another push below the 61.8% retracement here, I have to say we are either in the different count where we are expected to push in a third wave to the upside in this area to very high levels, or the entire structure may be failing. Could be that this entire wave 3 has already completed in some sort of a more weird pattern that honestly I don't really agree with in terms of the structure for this wave 3 to be complete. So yeah, hopefully it will work out in terms of pushing still in another high, and then we can still track this chart with a decent amount of clarity. Now, without discussing too much about this area anymore, I want to focus on this movement to the upside, because regardless if it is a wave 5 or a larger wave 3 developing, we are at the moment tracking an identical structure. And this is where in the previous video I provided you the idea of this being a possible A wave top, or yeah, let me redraw that. This being a possible A wave top, then we were looking here for a wave B correction. We did get it, but then we pushed higher in another 3-wave structure, which seems to be another leading diagonal within the wave A. And instead, previously I was tracking an ABC structure, not the prettiest one. It does look better as an ending, as a leading diagonal within the wave A. So I am quite happy with this development. And now I am looking for a correction here in the wave B. And personally, I would prefer to remove this larger support zone area, or at least only leave the 61.8% retracement. This is the relevant level to hold. And I would be focusing on the correction here, the internal correction within a wave B, where I am looking to find support, in this case, in the area between the $46.7 all the way down to the $30 level. Now, against the 78.6% retracement level here, we are still looking for continuation to the upside in the wave C with pretty good probabilities, I would say. And so far, I would say that this wave B has not yet completed. Now, I might even argue that this is developing in a pretty clear zigzag correction to the downside, where yeah, this might even be a complete A wave. It doesn't really matter the exact bottom. Could be just, yeah, probably could be an ABC movement to the upside that developed from here. Doesn't really matter. I am looking at an A wave down, a B wave up, and then a C wave still to come to the downside, where if we topped here in the wave B, we could already be in the wave C in this area, and I would be looking at an ideal target for such a wave C at around the $35 level. Now, we do have the 61.8% retracement, which might prove pretty supportive and might allow us to find support in that area and not reach the 100% extension. We do also have this structural support in this exact point. So yeah, it is not guaranteed that we will get to the 100% extension, and it is no guarantee that it will stop us from falling even lower, but we are focusing mainly on this support area for a reversal to the upside within a wave C that should take us to new all-time highs. Now, when we get closer to this movement, to the end of this movement, we might even see a more clear structure within the wave C. I am overall looking for a 5-wave move to the downside within this wave C, and most likely even an additional low before or below this wave A bottom that we had. Now, if we happen to push directly higher above the 78.6% retracement, I might consider, or yeah, the probabilities would really shift and allow us to consider with higher likelihood that we have already bottomed here within this larger wave B. And let me make this a smaller degree now. But yeah, there is technically a chance that we did bottom. We did find support after all at the 50% retracement, which is quite a common area. But so far within the structure to the upside, it is nothing very bullish, I would say. So personally, I would prefer to continue tracking this wave C to the downside. This does look a lot more like some sort of a WXY pattern to me, something like that within this wave B correction. And yeah, I would prefer to still be looking for lower in this area. And internally, I could give you one more target within this wave 3. Assuming that we had the wave 1 here, I would be looking for an ideal target at the 138.2% extension. Now, depending on how this develops, it could push much further, but who knows, maybe we are developing an initial larger structure within a wave 1, and then we get a wave 2 and form the larger wave C to the downside in the larger 5-wave move. So for now, we really need to be a little patient. And yeah, personally, if you are really interested, my opinion is that you might want to consider entering even as soon as you get as we get to the 38.2% retracement. We do have some structural support here as well, and it is in the support zone area, and it is likely that from somewhere, we don't need to form another low. It is likely from somewhere in this support area that we push higher in the wave C and form new all-time highs. And for now, these are the levels. This is the trade setup. I hope you enjoyed the video. And if you did, don't forget to subscribe and let me know what else you want me to cover, and I'll do my best to do that in the days and weeks ahead. And until then, I hope you have a nice day, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye.